What up guys, Maxske here and welcome to Ekko University, where we have Economics 8.11 where we're going to discuss everything about Ekko for this patch. And wait, what? Hello?
You look familiar.
Huh. Support champions, am I right?
It's not how much time you have. It's how you use it.
Welcome everyone to Economics 8.11 where we talk everything Ekko for patch 8.11. And hopefully you're not on Pike's kill list, because if you are, then you're probably dead and you can't comment and like on this video. Feels bad for me, and feels bad for you. Support champion? Anyway, so we're going to talk about the best runes. I'm going to do mid and jungle for builds, mid and jungle. I'm going to do the must bans for mid lane, and then must bans for your entire team. I'm going to do Ekko's patch rating, and lastly, if we have any OP.GG reviews, then I will do those reviews. So let's get right into it. Alright guys, so for Ekko in the mid lane, the rune page is probably the same rune page we've been using since day one, and that's Electrocute, Sudden Impact, Eyeball Collection, Ravenous Hunter, with Absolute Focus, Gathering Storm for that crazy AP burst. They did release Ultimate Hunter for the Domination tree, but there's no real reason to give up so much healing for just tiny bit of extra CD on your ultimate. And they did release that Nimbus Cloak, or something like that, for Sorcery, which gives you movement speed after you ult. But that's not better at all compared to Absolute Focus, Gathering Storm. So I suggest if you want to solo carry games and go super bursty, then go this rune page. If you want a little bit extra defense, just go Resolve second, but AP is the way to go. So now we're going to talk about Ekko in the jungle. And it's basically the same first tree with the Electrocute, Sudden Impact, Eyeball Collection, Ravenous Hunter. Those are just so good on Ekko. But the second tree, we're changing Sorcery a little bit. We're going to go Celerity and Water Walking. Why? Because Ekko likes the movement speed, obviously. And also because level 2 Scuttle Fights, and in the entire game, Scuttle Fights are so important now, that you want to have extra AP and movement speed when you're fighting for these Scuttles. On top of that, some Water Walking and Celerity help you gank a lot faster. So it helps you a lot in the early game for ganking and controlling the river and the Scuttles. So this is also the rune page Arc Second uses, so yeah, this is Ekko Jungle's rune page. Alright guys, so for Ekko in the mid lane, it's going to be the same build that it has been for so long now. We're going to start Dark Seal Refillable into Doran's Ring into Proto Belt. Or you could start Doran's Ring into Dark Seal into Proto Belt. Or if the lane is very pokey, like a LeBlanc who's going to try to like poke you down and one-shot you, or someone who's just going to harass you over and over again, start Corrupting Potion into Dark Seal. That's a pretty good sustained start. But regardless, we're going to build Proto Belt first. Gunblade does not build that much anymore, especially in higher elo. It's just too expensive, and I don't know. I personally like Proto Belt a lot better than Gunblade. I know a lot of you guys love Gunblade. I'm not saying it's bad. Everyone's building Proto Belt now. Boots is any boots that you want. It's your boots of choice. I try to go Sorg boots as much as possible, but obviously Tabbies for AD and Merc Treads for AP or CC. And then I try to always go Lichbane, because Lichbane is such a strong item in Ekko, especially on destroying towers and split pushing. Once you get Proto Belt Lichbane, you could probably one-shot the enemy AD carry easily. And then I could go Death Cap if I'm really far ahead and I want to just one-shot everybody. But if the enemy team has a lot of healing, then I would go Merlinomicon. And then I would go Death Cap after. And last item, I would go like, I don't know, a GA or like a Zanya's or maybe a Void Staff, you know, depending on the situation. But these are the builds that you want to go with Ekko in the mid lane. And now for Ekko in the jungle. This is going to be a tanky Ekko build, inspired by my boy Arc Second. So we're going to go Hunter's Talisman with Refillable Potion into Runic Echoes. Runic Echoes just got buffed by 20 AP on this patch 8.11. So early game Ekko jungle is going to be even stronger. Ekko in general doesn't have the best, early game. But this tiny buff to Runic Echoes will help him a lot. Then after getting Runic Echoes, you go full tank. You're going to go Iceborne Gauntlet if they have a lot of AD. But if you don't need to rush Iceborne Gauntlet, then you could rush Abyssal Mask and then get Iceborne Gauntlet. After that, you'll go for Liandry's Torment for that nice burn, HP, and obviously AP. It's just a good overall tank item that amplifies your damage. And then after you get that item, you're going to go for any tank item that you need. Spirit Massage for AP heavy teams, Randuin's for, crit and AD heavy teams. You could go Dead Man's Plate, maybe Thornmail. The tank items just depend on the game, but for the most part, you want Runic Echoes, Iceborne Gauntlet, Abyssal Mask, and Liandry's Torment. Everything else is up to you. AP to Ekko in the jungle is not that good. That's why people go tank. So now we're going to talk about the must bans for patch 8.11. And on the top of the list, you have the mid lane bans. And on the bottom of the list, you have bans for your team in general. I'm going to try to talk about all these champions and why you ban them. Yasuo. I don't know how good Yasuo is with the new IE and the rework for those items, but I know that he could do 35% true damage to you. So I don't want to mess around with 35% true damage. Yasuo. LeBlanc is LeBlanc. She literally will she just has no counterplay in lane if you're Ekko. She just destroys melee like AP mid laners like Ekko. It's just terrible matchup. You'll get one shot. You have to literally do nothing the entire game till you scale, and LeBlanc could just take over the game. I hate LeBlanc. Whatever. Ryze is Ryze. He's not played that often, but he's very hard for Ekko to beat because he just has point and click CCs, point and click damage, becomes super tanky. You just don't want to run into a Ryze because then you can't really snowball the lane versus a good Ryze. Kassadin. I've seen some Kassadin builds where they go Grasp of the Undying and Negatron Cloak into Roa, and that's just cancer for Ekko because Ekko cannot, do anything for that. So Kassadin is just really annoying. Talon has surfaced in these new patches because how important early game is, and Talon has, the strongest. All first bloods are from Talon, So Talon has a super strong early game, super amazing roams. He could really impact the game, and he's actually stronger than you in the early game. So I would say you don't have to die to Talon in lane. You could play safe, but the problem is Talon can one-shot your entire team in the early game, so he's hard to manage, especially since he's stronger than you in the early game. So Talon's worth the ban, especially if you don't want one champion to snowball the entire game for the enemy team. That's basically for the mid lane that you have to worry about. For all the other lanes, Graves is a must ban in the jungle. He's just an OP jungler right now. He got placebo nerfed this patch. Nothing really happened to him. Kai'Sa is still Kai'Sa. She gets ahead. She's gonna 1v9. Lucian is so good with the new Essence Reaver. You may want to consider banning Lucian because the new Essence Reaver is so OP. And because of that, Renekton is so strong now because Renekton could spam his abilities with the new Essence Reaver. Aurelia is Aurelia and Jax is Jax. Don't have to say much about them. Ekko can't really 1v1 them, so that's why you may want to, ban them. But yeah, those are the bans for this patch. And now for Ekko's patch rating. I'm going to give him a B+ out of F to S. Why? B+ is kind of... I say B+ is generous because Ekko does not have the strongest early game. And right now, all these early game fights in the jungle and all these early game junglers like Xin Zhao, all these strong mid lane assassins like Talon, they're all coming out because of these early game fights, and Ekko's not really that strong in the early game. Ekko needs like an item and a half to officially start scaling. And on top of that, Jax and Aurelia and all those champions are still so strong, so Ekko can't really 1v1 them. And now Renekton's coming back because of this new Essence Reaver, and Ekko can't 1v1 those champions. So I don't know how strong 80 carries are right now. That's why I didn't give Ekko a higher rating, because if 80 carries got nerfed a little bit, then that means Ekko could one-shot them and, remove 80 carries out of the game. But I don't really know how strong some 80 carries are right now. I know Kai'Sa is really strong, obviously. But we'll see what happens there. So I give him a B+. He's in an okay spot. They're just the meta champions right now that are such early game, and like the Conqueror fighters, they're just really strong for Ekko to 1v1. So that's why I'm giving Ekko a B+. But yeah, let's see what OP.GG reviews we could do now. Alright guys, so I only have one OP.GG review today because I've been gone for a while, and it's been like a month since my last patch video, and because of that I don't have many OP.GGs to review. But we're back to making videos. We graduated college, so now feel free to leave your OP.GGs in the comments below, and I'll do them in the next patch video for patch 8.12, as many as I can. So here we have Playlnox. He's Platinum 3 now, and last season he was Gold 5. So we see, I don't know, is this your main account? Maybe it is. If it is your main account, if it's not, it doesn't matter because you already Plat 3, so you improved a lot from Gold 5. Silver 1 here, Gold 5. Yeah, you're improving a lot. So let's get you to Diamond. Diamond should be your next goal. Let's get you that Diamond 5. Let's see. You don't have a lot of games, but we'll work with what we have. You have a 2.7 KDA, 64% win rate with Ekko. That's actually very good. That means you're climbing when you play Ekko. You see, you play other champs like Vlad. You have a positive win rate with Vlad, but you are losing a lot of games with Vlad. Vlad is a broken champion, so if you learn how to play Vlad, honestly, Vlad will win you, I think. If you master Vlad compared to mastering Ekko, I think Vlad will win you a lot more games because Vlad is just a broken champion right now. Everyone knows this. But we're an Ekko channel. Just play Ekko. Ekko's the best champion. You have Kha'Zix for the jungle, Caitlyn for AD carry, support Morgana. So you do have champions you are winning with when you don't get Ekko mid, which is really good. That's really good for you. So basically, if you get a secondary role, you have a Caitlyn. If you get AD carry, you have Kha'Zix for the jungle. You have Morgana as support. So if you are autofilled, you do have a champion that you could play. But I recommend trying to get Ekko as much as possible because you're obviously the best with Ekko. So let's look at your games. We have this game. You go Proto Belt, Lichbane, Deathcap. That's exactly the build that I described. Here you had a Renekton that basically solo carried the game. But you did do the second most damage, which is pretty good. Orianna did do a lot of damage. Orianna's really a hard matchup for Ekko. So I'm not surprised that she sort of, you know, she did a lot of damage. Orianna does a lot of damage. And it's hard for Ekko to beat Orianna in lane, especially early. I don't really know what happened this game. But she did more damage than you. Wow, this Malphite did 26k damage. That's a problem. Yeah, you should be doing more damage. That's what I could say about this game. Especially if you have Death Cap. Maybe you weren't fighting enough. Yeah, see, Renekton's a part of 17 kills. You're only a part of 9. I think you should have roamed and tried to gank a lot more. But you also went Inspiration. Let's see what you went. You went Dematerializer, Magical Footwear. That's not a... Oh, and you went Relentless Hunter. So here's the problem. You went for movement speed right here. And you don't have that much kill participation. So I feel like you didn't utilize the roaming as much as you could have. I prefer Ravenous Hunter than go Sorcery because that gives you so much AP to 1v1 anybody. And with Death Cap, with Sorcery and Ravenous Hunter, you'll be healing and doing a lot more damage. So, but you did win this game, so that was pretty good. That's what I have to say about that. Alright, so let's look at this jungle game. I could tell... Yeah, you made some mistakes there. You started Machete. Machete is not that good anymore because it does not give you the attack speed for Ekko. You want to start Talisman and then go Red Raptors because you have the AoE to kill Raptors. Good. You bought Pink Watch, which is really good. You made a mistake here. This is really bad. You wasted a lot of gold selling this to buy this. You should have bought this from the start. And then you went Iceborne Gauntlet, and then you were going to go MR. And then you sold it to finish Runic Echoes. Yeah, this is you sold a lot of items this game, so you basically wasted so much gold. And Ekko needs the early game gold. Let's see, they had Lee Sin. Okay, Lee Sin's a strong early game jungler, so you do need the armor. But yeah, you wasted so much gold selling your stuff. You should have finished Runic Echoes. You finished Tabbies, which is fine, but after that you should have finished Runic Echoes, or you won't have any early game damage to gank any lanes. And then you rushed Iceborne Gauntlet, and then you finally sold a Negatron Cloak to finish Runic Echoes. You want to finish Runic Echoes as fast as possible, honestly. Runic Echoes, Tabbies, you would have been fine to trade early game, but instead you sold so many items, this one, and boots, so you wasted a good amount of gold. You didn't finish your AP item until 24 minutes, so you were basically doing 0 damage. And Ekko's not that tanky early game, so all you had is Tabbies and Iceborne Gauntlet. So you were basically not going to be able to do anything that game. And you did no damage. The Morgana almost out-damaged you because you waited so long to finish this. But yeah, it's a good learning experience. Finish Runic Echoes, and then get, you know, Tabbies, Iceborne Gauntlet. Don't build Iceborne Gauntlet before you finish Runic Echoes. This game, you look like you carried it. Let's see. Yes, you did. You also had a good 80 carry, which is pretty good. Versus Kassadin. Nice, you beat the Kassadin. Not much to say here, except you could have CS'd a lot better. Correct runes, correct build. You went double Doran's Ring. I've seen people do that. It's fine. But here I see that... where was it? You only had... Oh no, you had 7.5 CS per minute. You did pretty good. Okay, never mind. I lied. You CS pretty decently. I thought I saw 6 somewhere. I must have looked somewhere else. But yeah, good game on that one. And then this game is same thing. Let's look at this game. Oh, the Kaisa carried. Yeah, sometimes you gotta sit down and get carried, honestly. It's Kaisa. Oh, they had a AP Nasus. Huh. Interesting game. Very interesting game. Not much to say about that one. Weird team comps. But anyway, you're doing pretty good on Ekko. Keep playing Ekko. Keep doing the grind, and in no time you will climb.